The goal is to go and win the British title in the junior bodybuilding class. I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to tell you exactly what I want, exactly what I'm going to get, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do to get there. Let's go. Let's get out. Like that. Come on. Alright guys, so welcome. Oh fuck, I hate the word so and I hate the word the ums do my head in. It's like when I'm trying to think, I do and it's just so annoying when I listen back.
Yeah.
I just need to shut up and be quiet and it'll sound better. So and so. If this is 20 weeks out, you wait till we get to 4 weeks out, I'm telling you. Alright guys, welcome to episode 11 of the Junior Bodybuilding series. Today we've got legs, so it's the first leg session of prep that I'm going to be showing to you. Obviously I've done a few myself. This one is the first one we're actually going to be adding in the leg press as well. So it's not a drop or substitute of an exercise, it's actually an addition, so we're bumping up the volume slightly there. So I just want to go over some changes. Cardio has been added from tomorrow. I haven't done any cardio yet for the first 3 weeks of prep. We're now 20 weeks out and we're adding in some cardio. I haven't done it yet, so I can't comment on it, but Callum wants me to use the bike. I've never used the bike for cardio, to be honest, so it's going to be nice to have a go. And cyclists have big calves, so hopefully if I do enough of that, I might actually grow some calves. So that might be a nice little bonus there. Anyway, changes to food. We're taking out carbs completely from meal 1 and meal 4. No, meal 5, sorry, so the first and last meal isn't going to have any carbs from now on. That's the reduction in calories, not because carbs are bad, so we're not going to get into that. Macros overall on high days, which is my training days, and then I've got low days, which is slightly reduction in carbs and addition of fats on resting days, non-training days. So protein on training days is 200 and hang on, let me just get the right one. Yeah, so 275 grams of protein, 480 grams of carbs, 50 fat. This is the lowest my food has been in. It's got to be maybe close to 2 years. So even though I did an again then, even though calories are decent, it's like 3,500. This is low for me now, so I'm not used to this. So I'm sure from when this kicks in over the next week, we're going to see quite a big drop in body weight. Currently holding 111 kilos. Low days is slightly lower, so we've got 267 grams of protein. I'm sure that's not a purpose drop in protein, it's just because of the foods that have changed. It's a slight reduction. 250 grams of carbs, which is low. That is so low for me. And like I said, a slight increase in fat, so we've got 70 grams of fat on the rest days. So 25 minutes of cardio 4 days a week. My mouth is pretty dry at the moment, don't know why. But anyway, so we've got a big leg session today now. Nice. Oh yeah, and we've got 30 grams of maltodextrin intro workout as well, so that's just a nice boost of carbs throughout the workout to keep me going. Usually like to add it in about halfway through, so this is just EAAs at the moment, and then we add in some carbs as well. So anyway, enough talking about the process, so that's just a little bit of info on exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm going to be transparent throughout. So yeah, I'm okay with how I'm looking. I'm not really happy at the moment. You know, I've lost quite a decent amount of fullness and my fat is still high, so like my body fat is quite high, so I look pretty shit at the moment compared to like peak off season. Although I was a bit chubbier and a bit fatter, I was so full from the amount of food I was eating. I felt great and I was constantly pumped, veins everywhere. So I've actually gone the opposite way, so you have to look worse before you look better pretty much. So 20 weeks out, things are now going to start to look better and I'm going to start to be happier. My performance, I'm determined to not let that drop, and I'm determined to get even stronger, like I said, throughout. So today is going to be the first real test, I'd say, of me trying to really progress and not just stay where I am. So we got some big hack squat moves and big leg press as well. So hopefully it's going to be a good day. Start off with the isolations as always, so we take them to complete failure. It's not a warm-up set, it's not none of that. It's complete failure with the isolations, and then we move on and we get into the hard stuff. So yeah, let's have it. Gotta get nice and loosey-goosey first. I just want to ask a question first of all, because I don't see anyone else struggling like this. is how do boys get their balls caught in this machine? Like seriously now. Every time I'm setting up, I have to tuck my balls away, and it's not because I've got big balls, because I definitely don't have big balls, and it's either that I've got massive adductors, or I don't have massive adductors either. So yeah, what you know, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. Ah. Oh shit, that was heavy. Woo! Right, so just to finish my top set on the leg extension. So I normally do the hamstring curl first and then the leg extension isolation. Then we move downstairs on the big moves. But today, and for the last 3-4 weeks, I've been doing the leg extension first, then the hamstring curl. Reason being is giving me a little bit more recovery time for the quads before moving on to such a quad dominant sort of squat variation. I don't know if I actually prefer it yet, but this is something that Callum's decided for me to do, so I'm giving it a go. Personally, I think I actually prefer going into it the way I used to do it before, with the hamstring curl straight after the adductor, then moving on to the leg extension, so they'd be absolutely blown up, the quads would, and straight away I'd be jumping onto a quad exercise. So I think right now I'd probably prefer that, but we're sticking with this because it's the plan at the moment, and then I'll give him my feedback and then we'll see what we do, but I'll let you know as we do that. But yeah, so one more back off on here, so I'm dropping the weight down. That was a full stack. The reps should be lower, but I didn't want to chuck weight on and get a shitty set, so I managed to get 15 full stack. I'll drop down now, get around 15 to 20, so again it's quite high reps. Then we'll do 2 sets, top set back off on the hamstring curl, then we're going on to the lower rep ranges, onto the big moves. So hack squat, top set back off, and then leg press. So wish me luck. Jesus Christ. Woo, nice. Take that. Right, so we're on to the big moves finally. So we got a hack squat today. It's the first week I'm really going to start ramping things up and pushing things now. So like I said in one of the previous videos, I've been staying at the higher end of the rep range I'm aiming for. So for a top set, for example, I want to be failing between 5 to 8 reps. I've been making sure the weight I choose, I'm failing around the higher end of that, so like 8 to 9 for a top set. So today I'm going to start really pushing it now. So I'm going to chuck on a little bit more weight, make sure I'm failing around the 5 rep range. So it's around the 5 mark, so it's going to be heavier weight for me. And then the back off, same sort of thing, going to start pushing it a bit more. Then we're onto the leg press again. I like to stay a little bit higher on the rep range on that, because it's just such a, you can load it up so much and it can be dangerous, especially on your own. But we're ramping it up a gear now pretty much. We're no longer staying in the safe zone. We got a competition to win, so we can't keep shying away from the big stuff. We got to go there. We got to have no thought in our mind of possibly getting injured. We just got to basically be aggressive, be tight, be spot on with execution, and you'll come away safely. So yeah, let's we got a reverse band on this now, which I just showed. So that's just basically going to even out the strength profile. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, so it's not making things easier. It's just gonna balance it out. So it's not going to be too much weaker for myself at the bottom of the squat. So it's going to even it out. So let's get into it. No more talking. Let's get it done. So a quick little tip as well, when you're deciding what exercises you want, so when you're talking about exercise selection, Sunny was just talking to me now and asking what the difference is between a hack squat and a leg press. So obviously with a linear hack squat plate loaded, the difference between this, I compare it more so to maybe a free weight squat, for example. With a squat, you've got to completely balance the weight yourself. So what you're going to be forced, unless you're one of the Chinese Olympic weightlifters, which they've got just incredible mobility of their ankles and their hips, where they can stay in a completely upright position with their torso completely upright as they squat down. Yeah, and they're basically sitting on top of their ankles. With the majority of us, especially myself, I tend to have to move forward into more of like my spine moves more into flexion, hip flexion, sorry. So that's basically not lengthening the quads as much as it possibly could be. So with a hack squat, it allows you to stay in that fixed position without having to balance that weight. So my torso can stay just like a Chinese Olympic weightlifter, not to be racist or anything, they're just very good at it, so it's a positive thing. But yeah, they can stay in that upright position, and that's what the hack squat basically allows you to do without even worrying about your mobility. If you've really got poor ankle mobility, you can add a heel wedge on as well. But with this Nautilus hack squat, the reason I like it so much and the reason we chose it for Powerbuilding Hardcore Gym was because of the platform. The angle of the platform is basically in a heel wedge position anyway. So you don't even need to add that. You don't need to bump up your heel anymore. It just allows you to squat completely as deep as possible without causing any issues at all in your joints. So this machine is one of my favorite hacks, and that's why we've got it here. So we're going to try and load this up as much as we can. Last week I had 6 plates on here for 9 reps. Depending on how the warm-ups go, we could be moving to 6.5, 7 today. Obviously the reps will drop, but we want to stay above 5. So yeah, that's the reason for the hack squat, and then we move on to the leg press. That's a seated position, which I'll talk about later. This is the one. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, let's sit then. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Come on. Oh. I'm stuck.
I just found UHFE spot OT socks.
Is there anyone get out here?
You're gonna have to push.
I'm too lazy to take the plates off.
One more round. No.
I'm actually done. The blanket's cold. This is where you do your cardio. I'm ringing someone, shit. Whew. Right, so, shit, I can't. We just finished leg press, we just done one set today. It's meant to be 2 sets. I need to stop saying that. Anyway, we done 2 sets on the hack squat, which is all I've been doing. So we're slowly ramping up the volume. So I'm happy with the 1 set, and then next week I'll be able to do the 2 sets and keep it at that for now. The volume is touching its peak on legs anyway. I discussed this with Callum. The other body parts I feel like I could probably add in a few more sets, whereas this is like, it's at this level of like the upper limit I can handle. Anyway, so now we got one of the brand new machines, the Nautilus back extension. However, I'm not using it to target the back, I'm using it to target the glutes, because according to Callum,
No,
I've got shit ass, so I'll do the little bit. That's my temple bikini pose. But anyway, I need to grow the glutes as well, because on bodybuilding stage there's no hiding anything. So yeah, that's what this is. I'm not trying to fully, extend the spine and hyperextend the spine. I'm just trying to isolate the glutes in my mind, and I will load up for 1 set with a dumbbell, even though my body weight with my belly is quite heavy anyway. So yeah, I'm just trying to think about fully contracting the glutes. Once they are fully contracted, I'll start to lower myself back down. Always trying to think about my muscle connection just to target the glutes. You're going to get some hamstring, you're going to get some lower back, but if you can think about it, you can fully target the glutes on this. Great exercise, and then we're going to finish with the dreaded calves. So hopefully they'll look decent on stage if I keep hitting them like this. So yeah. If you don't put your dumbbells down gently on this machine, and if you chuck it down on this machine and scratch a paint, I will find you and I will kill you. So be careful. So that's the session done. First time having the leg press back in for so long. It felt good, but it's just scary. Like, you've seen what happened on the back offset on the hack squat. The fear's there when you're doing it on your own. You haven't got no spot to help you. And with the leg press, I know how much further it comes down on me. The hack squat was pretty good because it was almost going to full depth on the capacity of the machine anyway. The leg press comes down and it nearly hits me in the face. So I was pretty worried on that, but we managed to get a really good set. Definitely as close as I could go to failure today. And next, we're just going to be ramping it up. Like I said, this is a process that's going to be going for another, by the time I'm finishing my last show, about 26 weeks. So I've got to be smart about what I'm doing every session, but that doesn't mean now that I'm going to hold back anymore. I've had that period over the last 3 months since the big push of my off season. I've had that kind of break where I've just been not pushing as hard on purpose, and now it's time to really ramp it up again. And mentally it's hard to do and get back into that mindset, but it's coming, I can feel it. And over the next 10, 15 weeks you're going to be seeing some exciting stuff and some good lifts, and as the physique improves as well, it's going to be good to watch. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you for the support. Anything you want to see, make sure you comment below, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you. Right, so that's the session finished. I'm glad that's over. That, you know, I don't even know what I'm going to say, but you can probably cut that out. Can you cut that out?
Yeah.
You probably keep it in anyway, won't you?